me, but you wanna play with me.
What is going on, fellas? Here we are live from Santa Fe, Texas. Is that where that is? And anyways, we're here to report to you the news, all the happenings this week, all the wacky, crazy nonsense that happens in Hell World. Simon drops, I don't know, something. Give me something, bro.
Well, hello and welcome to the Gulag Hell World Edition. We are very happy to bring you all of the most disturbing, most interesting, nonsensical, confusing stories of the week, and kind of giving you the takes that right-wing extremists would give you. You know, some of the takes that the mainstream media, the ZOG establishment, wouldn't let you hear.
Yeah, and the same takes that the radical centrists also don't want you to hear, because they're getting dragged tonight, baby. Because,
oh yeah,
alright fellas, we just gotta get straight into it. Radical centrists are a problem and they need to be stopped. And honestly, these Greeks, we need a complete ban on Greek immigration until we can figure out what the hell is going on. What's in those gyros that's making them go crazy? Honestly, we got this guy who's got a whole fucking political compass on his jacket. And LGBT or bisexual little heart pin on his hat. Praising Cthulhu, Stalin, Hitler, and the Church of Satan. I mean, I don't know if it's a power play, if he's just like a retard, or if he's like alt-center Nazgul or something. But it's pretty epic, I guess. Would he kill like 10 people?
Okay. So he killed 10, injured 10, and he set up multiple bombs around the school, some of which detonated. Some were pressure cooker and some were pipe bombs.
Oh fuck, did I forget to turn on the music? Oh, no I did. We got lo-fi. Don't at me and complain about lo-fi hip-hop, you retards. Of course I'm playing this intentionally. Come on. You guys don't listen to lo-fi? That shooter probably listened to lo-fi hip-hop 24/7 music to chill out and listen to Homework 2 streams. Probably. That's what drove him crazy.
Listen to Homework 2.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. I listen to my homework.
Lo-fi hip-hop to shoot up your school, too. But it's like... Okay, here's the thing. So, this Columbine kids, they tried to make bombs and they didn't work. This kid did the same thing and it didn't work. Can you imagine...
No, the bombs did work.
Oh, wait. What?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Some of them detonated, but they didn't end up killing very many people, the bombs specifically. But they were functional bombs that ended up detonating, allegedly. I don't know if I was reading that right, but if I was reading the articles correctly, I don't think the bombs resulted in anybody's death, but they were definitely planted all around the campus, and they were legitimate explosive devices.
Okay.
Molotov cocktails, pipe
so
bombs,
nuts, bro.
Now imagine, you think a 17-year-old is going to know how to create multiple types of explosives, plant them around the school, and detonate them remotely or something? Like, this is insane.
Like, I don't think people realize how dangerous of a situation has been created. This is like normalized now, right? There's like a new school shooting every month. Now imagine what's gonna happen when someone who's not a retard, like, tries to, like, this kid was kinda not a retard. Now imagine once, like, some incel 8channer, like, autist with like a 150 IQ, like, fucking tries to do this. It's gonna be horrible, and it's gonna happen, and no one's trying to stop this. Is banning guns gonna stop anything? No. Banning assault rifles? Because what did this guy have? He had a .38 revolver and a shotgun. He went like, this guy played Red Dead Redemption, and now he's like going all cowboy insane. So, I mean,
That's a good combo.
No one said anything about banning revolvers. No one said anything about banning a sawed-off shotgun, right? So it's not even a pump action. This guy had like a double-barrel gun, like literally cowboy style. I mean, he's from Texas, so I guess it makes sense. That's a nice plant, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Camera's giving me a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, I saw it was lagging out. We'll just show JFK, God bless him.
No, but you're absolutely right, except for, I think you're still taking this shooting at face value, which may not be the best course of action in this situation. My personal take is I feel like there's something more going on, as with anything in this clown world. The media's not going to tell you what exactly happened. I think they could have been some sort of psyop, some sort of...
I don't think about this one, bro. Parkland, of course. This guy like read too many Facebook tweets or something.
No. I think that it has to be something, because, or at least there has to be somebody else involved besides this kid. To have all of those explosives set up around the school, and nobody's seeing him do it.
Alright, that is true. Well, there is a book called The Anarchist Cookbook, which you can get readily available, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
there's a book called How to Bomb the U.S. Government.
That is true. There's a book called Meme Magic by Baked Alaskan. I mean, if they found this, like, under his trench coat, I mean, would it surprise anyone, honestly?
That's how you get a viral meme.
Got radicalized.
It's the only way.
Yeah, Meme Magic. Mm-hmm. Dude, Baked Alaska's too extreme for me, bro. So why don't they lock that guy up, honestly?
Hey, is Baked ever going to come on the show?
Dude, I don't want to get on the FBI watch list associating with Baked Siege Now Alaska.
Now, Siege is an important thing that you brought up. Do you think this kid read Siege?
I don't think anyone with 2 brain cells has read Siege, but, no. No, I don't think anyone knows what that is. I mean, I'm still not even sure what it is, if I'm being honest. I just heard that it's Harry Potter for racists, so it sounds dumb.
No. Harry Potter for racists is...
This is like Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief for racists, would you say?
No.
It's kind of like The Hobbit. No. It's kind of like the Hunger Games Part 2 Catching Fire.
No, it's more like a Percy Jackson and the Hunger Thieves, like, gay fan fiction for racists. I would say that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, okay, a friend of mine owns the book. I skimmed through it a little bit. And, I don't know. It's about, I'm sure people in the audience know what it's about, but written by James Mason, this radical National Socialist revolutionary, and he writes about his dealings with Charles Manson and how to, use violence and different tactics.
Wait, so it's not a plot? It's like an instructional manual?
Yes,
I
thought it
was a story like Turner Diary.
No. It's basically James Mason writing about all the things he learned in the revolutionary National Socialist circles in America and how to.
It's even lamer than I thought, bro. I thought it was a cool story. I thought I could drop like a 2010 cool story, bro, on like sieges, but now I can't even do that.
No. The reason I bring up Siege is because the proponents of Siege and the ones who got the meme to spread and who sell the books and whatnot are this Adam Moffin group. They started on Iron March. I'm sure everyone knows Adam Moffin, but this guy, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm not the only one to say it. Our good friend Andrew Anglin had discussed that this guy potentially could be Adam Moffin. If you read, what they say about him in this article here, this is a CBS News article, they talk about 10 people were killed, 10 wounded, Texas. Adam Moffin is a large, organization. Like, they have a large standing in Texas. Like, there's a lot of their members are from there. Yeah, no, Texas is one of their biggest.
I have a hard time believing it's more than like 15 people, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it might be just 15 people, but they've already resulted in, 4 or 5 murders?
How do they do it? Dude,
satanic that's death the question.
Cult. I mean, actually, okay.
Well, a satanic Nazi death cult that's resulted in 5 murders, and the FBI haven't looked into it. The feds haven't shut it down.
Yeah, it's really weird. Wait, are you saying the feds are our guys?
No, I'm saying the feds.
I wonder if Obama's like the head of Adam Moffin. He's one of those base black guys I keep hearing about.
It's entirely possible because Adam Moffin is pro National Socialism, Iron Cross. They're pro communism. They're pro, like the Bolshevism. They're pro occultism, like the Cthulhu stuff. They're pro Satanism with the pentagram. There's the Fash Wave stuff. There's some other things that he had.
I wonder if that guy, I wonder if he T-posed while he was doing it.
Members of Adam Moffin have been known to have homosexual relationships, and most Satanist groups are homosexual. And so this guy
who
has
could have
Satanists
thought?
and pins. That he has a bisexual pin on his hat. Members of Adam often has been outed of having sexual relationships with trannies. So it's entirely possible this guy could have been a satanic neo-Nazi death cult member. And I know that the Weekly Sweat last week talked about Richard Spencer dating a Satanist, or having an affair with a Satanist, whatever it may be.
That's
In
kind
the
of weird.
beginning of that episode, one of the guys had mentioned the Order of the Nine Angles, this satanic death cult that believes that by basically performing these blood magic rituals, they can gain satanic or vampiric powers, through murders and deaths and chaos and stuff like that. So they want to bring about this new order of like Satanism and occultism. It's not like some of the stuff Alex Jones talks about, but this is from their own books, their own writings.
God, the worst thing about this world is just like 3 years ago, everyone's like, Alex Jones, you're nuts. 2 years ago, people were like, all right, okay, you're right about one thing, brother. Just don't take yourself too seriously. It's like 2018. It's like, all right, you're president now. He's like right about everything. Is he ever wrong?
Yeah.
Is he ever wrong? I think lizard people are real. Like I thought maybe he's like I thought he was talking about goblins and lizards and like shit like metaphorically. At this point, would it surprise anyone? Like honestly, if you ever see like a little goblin running around, just spray some muscle. What is it that Alex Jones sells? Brain muscle. What the fuck is it
I
called?
actually have a bottle of Brain Force around here somewhere.
Brain Force. All right, show me your Brain Force.
Dude, I can't find it, but I took Brain Force, and it made me have these terrible visions. Me and three of my
Alex
friends.
Jones is like snorting that 24/7. That's how he does it. This guy takes it once, he's having visions. Imagine Alex Jones is imagine what level he's on. He's never down in reality, bro. He's up in God knows where. He's in Cloud 9, or he's in the
That's where you
7th
see all
level
these
of hell.
goblins. Yeah. Alex Jones, I took his Brain Force pills. Me and a couple friends of mine started popping these Brain Force to see what it was like.
Normal kids, normal teens do drugs, smoke weed. Maybe they have some Molly. This nigga takes Brain Force.
Hey, I had headaches and stuff like that. I was thinking this could help. It made headaches way worse. A friend of mine took 2, and he ended up vomiting everywhere, and then having really terrible nightmares that night. So no, yeah, Brain Force. Some
Alex
dangerous
Jones
stuff.
spends every night fist fighting Satan, and he just sees everything. He knows all. God, I need to get some brain. Actually, no, I'm not even messing with that. You gotta be really powerful. Can you imagine Nick Fuentes
Yeah.
on Brain Force? His head would explode. God, what a crazy world. So this guy, he had a Cthulhu pin, he had a hammer and sickle, he had a German iron cross, and he had a Church of Satan, which has a really epic, boomer tier Twitter account. He's oh my god, it's the worst account on Twitter, honestly. And they at people with these 2010 ass memes thinking they're getting owned. And you just drop a Shrek fedora and it's well, Satanism defeated. Honestly, first of all, before you do anything, I want you to get your Brain Force and sprinkle it at your door, the entrances to your house and on your windows, because you got to keep the demons out, bro. That's the only way. Maybe do a circle around you, a salt circle. What are you eating?
We hit our audience, I thought.
Fuck 'em, bro. These people say the stupidest shit. Oh my god. Please stop adding me if you're gonna say something really dumb. Please. Please. I'm not even joking. Please stop adding me. I don't care. Unless if you send me a Garfield, that's okay, I guess. Please don't say something really stupid to me. Oh my god. Can you believe these people? Can you believe these people? But God bless them, though. If you retweet me, you're basically a saint.
That's actually true.
My account is 10 doses of Brain Force, honestly.
Yeah, we have 2 retweets on our Gulag tweet. 2 very good individuals. One of them particularly is quite...
2 retweets? Slacking, boys. Come on, step it up.
Well, 3 retweets. One of them is me. So 2 of the
thank you
other
for your
people
service, bro. I didn't retweet
Oh,
it,
no
but
problem.
it's my tweet, so I guess that's okay.
Hmm.
Alright, keep it real with
Well-
you, Chiefs. I do retweet my own tweets, and I don't care. And I'm not gonna stop.
Well, I
it.
mean-
None of you can stop me.
I think they're high quality enough to warrant some retweets.
I just like spamming people.
Hmm.
I don't think. Can people even tell that my Twitter account's right wing? I can't even tell
Yeah,
if
of
it
course.
is. Like, you drop a Garfield, drop a Confederate flag in between just to keep people knowing what's up. I don't know. Drop some Drake and Josh screen caps. What the hell else happened? Oh, the furry. Just tell me about the furry, bro. Just fuck my shit up, fam. The
Well-
alt furry. They unironically call themselves alt furries. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I will tell you this. I don't know hardly anything about his furry history. I didn't look into the furry threads. I don't know much about the furry. You're gonna have to red pill me on the furry part of the story. But this Andrew Dodson character, I think it is tragic what happened to him. I actually met this individual in Lee Park at Charlottesville. I liked his like tri-point hats and his suit and his little Pepe badge.
Tri-point hat.
Yeah, he was wearing a
Alright.
tri-point red MAGA hat and a white suit with a Pepe badge and a Wojak.
Wait, are you
badge.
talking tri-point like a colonial hat?
Yeah, like a colonial hat.
Damn, when you take, dude, colonial mindset, when you take it too seriously. Actually, no, it's good optics, actually.
No, honestly, from my impression of him, from being around him and talking with him very briefly at that event, was that he wasn't like an alt-right, like far-right, like he wasn't like Hail Hitler or any of that kind of stuff. Like he was more of like,
Yeah, he's a
alt-right
Vlog
via
Brothers fan,
2016.
bro. His, like, weird little Avi he drew of himself has a fucking Vlog Brothers, here, I'll DM you this image that I'm gonna put on screen.
Yeah, red pill me about his internet past because, like, in person he was very good. He's a Christian. Here's a quote that
Well, he's a
from
proud
Millennium-
manlet. 5'6". What a legend.
That's true. But I mean, you got to look at him at this rally, and he, I would say, stands head and shoulders above many of the other rally goers, and in optics and character. Like, this is just one thing that he yelled at the protesters. He says, "Quote: We will crush this blasphemy, this false love, and establish a true righteousness, which is not a new righteousness. It is the ancient righteousness and the only righteousness."
Hold on, you're telling me he
That's some good
shouted
rhetoric.
this?
Yes.
That's not a good chant.
Well, it wasn't a chant, but like
If you
he
want
was,
to
like,
beat
yelling at
Antifa,
us.
literally just say, like, shut up, faggot. I mean, it's that easy, fellas. No, that's not good optics either. I don't know. What could you yell at Antifa that would be effective? I think the most effective way to be there, like, and look like you're nonpartisan, and then just like personally make fun of everyone, but, like, not scream. Just be like, "Hey, bro, why are you so ugly?" Just
Yeah.
like,
Well, when we were there, one of my favorite chants, I know it's a little childish, was like, "Shut up, faggot." Like,
yeah, that's sweet.
dude.
You gotta pull
Yeah.
a Sam Hyde and be like, "What's wrong with your teeth?" That's a good one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
look at
I
that
think
image
just
I
calling
sent
them
you.
gay.
Look at that image
I'm
I
looking
sent
at
you.
it.
Oh my god. The blue bear, rest in peace, the blue bear. I wonder if that bag, like his contents, I wonder if he brought his 3DS to Seaville. I wonder if he played like New Super Mario Brothers 2 before the big event. I told Nick that if I ever met him, I'm gonna ask him to play Fortnite mobile with me before the big, before we put on our clan hoods or something.
Yeah. No, a 5'6", unironic
Mayo.
T-shirt.
This guy doesn't
orange
like
hair.
mayo. I mean, he looks like he loves mayo. Oh my god.
This poor guy. That I will say this. He seemed like a sweetheart at that rally compared to a lot of the other people in the alt-right. I would say this guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't think
This guy.
anyone that's a furry is like a danger. They're only a danger to themselves, so I'm being honest. Any furry,
Yeah,
no matter
I
how
don't
big, I could
really
beat him
know-
up.
Was he like? Did he like? Dress up in fursuits and?
I don't know about that. He was in a furry group chat. I'll read some of the DMs that were screen capped. But he was talking about promoting alt fur white. Jesus Christ. He says, quote, "I'm going to promote alt furry, but I have to do it He wrote a book that's about a World War II German soldier that fell through a portal and met furries and fell in love with them. Wow, that's sweet. This guy is really cool. Oh, and there's a link to his book. He says it's not clickable because it's a screen cap of the link, or I would be checking out that book right now. And he said racism is good. And in his furry chat, he says racism is good because it prevents mixed race children that don't have any cultural identity.
Okay, this guy's a little wacky.
I don't understand why would you say this. Why would you say this to anyone? But why would you say it to a furry? Like the furries. Like furries don't even like being human. Do you think they're gonna embrace embrace white identity? They don't even embrace human identity, bro. These people talk like nuzzles paw ooh. I mean, these people are not gonna. Oh my god, how are they real?
Yeah, I don't know. I will say this: I disavow any sort of furry culture. Any furries who are watching this, please leave the stream.
There is no furry. There's not a single furry that follows me. I manually go check all 3,825 of my lovely 26. Thank you, so whoever just followed me. I'm sure you're watching right now. I manually go check. If I see a furry avatar, I report your account for sexual misconduct or something, and then I block you. Same for groupers. So, what the fuck? What a crazy world we live in, dude. It's, like, so insane that, like the school shooting, that, like, was, like, pretty crazy to me. The guy who's got a political compass on his fucking t-shirt and has Fash Wave t-shirts and his... Okay, I don't think he's deep state. Let me go back to this. He's just a Columbiner, because he, like, dressed up like Dylan Klebold or whatever, like, with the hat. Like, I think he's just a Columbiner. If I'm being honest. You know about Columbiners? It's like a subculture of people that, like, worship those two kids. Like, if you go to Tumblr right now, type in hashtag Columbiner, you're gonna see all these girls just, like, wanking to these, incels. The Chad incels, though. I'm not gonna name too much. Yeah, Dylan Klebold is Jewish.
Oh, see? That's the real.
But Dylan Klebold would always talk about Hitler and would praised Hitler and drew swastikas in his notebook. So he's basically like the precursor to Matt Simite from Twitter, I guess. So you need to watch that guy for sure. You never know when he's gonna put on a leather trench coat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I will say this about the school shooting. I still do believe it was fed, deep state, some sort of plant, some sort of mind control, something going on there. I do not believe that he was acted completely alone of his own accord. I think it would just be...
Why not, bro? Like, I do think that things are just so shitty. Like, we live in, hell world, right? I think that would just make sense. That a kid would be like, well, I'm out, comrades. Like, if some kid's just slightly off, you do that, you know?
I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. Especially with this one specifically, it seems it doesn't seem right, you know.
Well, if they demolish the school, then you're right. If they leave the school, then I'm right.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, did you see the thing about the military helicopter dropping ammunition boxes near the school?
Okay, I did not. What?
You didn't see?
Pardon?
Okay.
You should have led with that, bro.
Okay, it's a little wacky, but I'll pull up this article from RT. Give me just a second.
Thank you, Russia Today.
The only real reporters.
So true. Gulag Today. Привет, comrade.
Let's see here. Sorry, give me a second to find this article. But basically, if I remember from the gist of it, there was a military helicopter this week that dropped a basically like a care package from Call of Duty of ammunition over the Parkland Elementary School on Thursday, and apparently dropped a box of ammunition in whatever the El Paso, Texas, earlier this week. Let me see, RT. In just a second.
It's nuts, bro.
Okay. Yeah, ammo can dropped from the U.S. military helicopter over Texas elementary school. This is from May 18th. A U.S. military helicopter dropped a whole box of ammunition on an elementary school in El Paso, Texas. Isn't that where the shooting happened?
No,
Right?
it's Santa Fe. Santa Fe, that sounds like it's in California. Santa Fe in Texas. Can't tell. Why do we have Spanish names for cities in God blessed America? Come on. We gotta change those names. El Paso
You see it
shooting.
happened in Santa Fe, right?
Yeah.
It's not too far from Santa Fe, but it's weird that they drop a box of ammunition over Santa Fe Elementary School like yesterday, and then on Thursday they dropped a box of ammunition in a Parkland Elementary School.
Parkland, Florida?
Parkland, Florida.
Wow. That's
Or
really...
maybe that's... Maybe it's not Parkland, Florida. Maybe that's Parkland, El Paso. Is that a thing?
What,
But
like
either
a
way, that's
neighborhood
really-
called Parkland in El Paso? That's really weird.
Yeah,
that's cryptic.
That
Are they
is
sending
really,
us messages?
really weird. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, and
some
you
people
know
are
what?
saying-
You know what street Parkland Middle School's on?
What?
David Hogg Avenue. Wow, it all connects. Hogg Street.
Well, they say that it just fell out.
David
But
Hogg should start a
conflicting
podcast called The Hog Trough. Alright, go on.
we gotta have
That
him
would
on
be
our
so
show.
good. I would love to hear this whiny little noodle arm man own me.
Parkland Elementary. So, conflicting reports say the helicopter either dropped the box or it just fell out of the aircraft while flying over.
How would that just fall out?
Yeah, and it was specifically over a school.
Dude, was someone playing Black Ops or something? I mean, come on. Really? How unprofessional
He
is
had
the
a
United
five-star-
States government, the most powerful like military on earth, to accidentally drop in loot crates, like fucking Overwatch loot crates on people? Someone got a new
Yeah,
Tracer
yeah.
skin from that. Great.
Yeah, it was like one of those care packages in Fortnite where all the kids in the school started running over towards it.
Yeah, some kid got that John Wick skin. That's what the shooter wore. That's why he was so good. That's not funny, bro. It just happened. I don't know. All this just feels like it's not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It just feels like not real. Like everything's just so crazy now that it's like, it would make more sense that we're in a simulation than no, we're just in hell world. I think it's crazy how many people don't see what's happening as like hellish. Like, we just do this one thing, it'll be fine. Sargon's like, if we just stop the SJW feminists, everything will be fine. David Hogg's like, we just get rid of the guns, everything will be fine. How do people not see that there's like
Richard Spencer's like, if we just, make white people the majority in the country, it'll.
yeah,
everything will be
that's
fine.
literally, yeah. It's like all these groups think, it's like, how do you, we can't fix this.
I will actually, I don't want to slander Spencer. In a recent interview on Jeff's channel, in a debate he did with Nick, he actually said that's not true. That he agreed with Nick in that we need a civilizational overhaul. So I think he's more on the money than a lot of these other people, as stupid as he can be.
Well, I think maybe he probably. I mean, I don't want to give him too much credit. I feel like he probably had more nuanced takes because he's not. I don't think he's dumb. I think he does dumb things, but I think he probably just his audience was so dumb that he just had to keep it. White country, yay, 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 Richard. So that's how he had to roll. And I mean, dude, one post by this ID. That's a really cool Abby, bro.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
Have you ever used 4chan?
Who? That sounds like a racist website, so I wouldn't go on there.
He's actually a racist hacker. But
Nice.
no, simulation, hell world. I think it's more like end time stuff. I was, okay. This will be fun. So me and the GF were watching an anime this past week, and this ties into this. Trust me. And in the anime is called Steins Gate. I'm sure many people have seen it. It's a very popular anime. And
Sorry.
in this so-called anime, they talk about a conspiracy in which, there's this research facility called CERN, which is a real thing in real life. It's a nuclear research facility that everybody in the EU is a member state of. And like they all send money to CERN. I think America's tied into CERN.
Wait, CERN-ovich? Go on.
Well, in the anime, there's a conspiracy in which the CERN, is monitoring all these different people all over the world and interconnected in different governments, like spying apparatuses, and is trying to build a time machine through the use of generating miniature black holes with their Large Hadron Collider, which is this particle accelerator at their facility in Geneva. And this ties into this whole hell world thing, because there were some articles that came out about this last year and before that. And I was just looking at the CERN because they talked about it in the anime, and it's a conspiracy. And they, put on their own website that they are trying to generate miniature black holes. And there was a bunch of articles about this. And there's a Huffington Post article saying, don't worry about black holes. They wouldn't swallow up the Earth. Nothing bad would happen. But at the same time, CERN, outside of their facilities, has this gigantic statue to the Hindu god of destruction and death named Kali. They're the god that rules during the age of the Kali Yuga, which is talked about by different Hindu esotericists as the age that we're in right now, the end times age. It's supposed to be the bringer of the end times and whatnot. And she's literally known as a demon in their religion, as the ultimate evil. And they have this gigantic statue of her at their facilities. Their logo is 3 6s overlaid on top of each other. 666, number of the beast. And so I know this is kind of Alex Jones tier conspiracy, but I was just thinking about it this week. In that, isn't it nice that all of the major world leaders that are involved in scientific research, and we already know about in the media and in entertainment and television and government, are all tied in with open Satanism, open demonic forces, talking about the destruction of humanity, the destruction of life on this planet. When they have this statue to this goddess of destruction and death. And bringing in end times and Armageddon, and then their whole purpose as a research organization is to generate miniature black holes to explore other dimensions. They say on their website they're trying to create a pathway to other dimensions. And it's what lies beyond those other dimensions? I would say probably demons, devils, this really disgusting.
You know what's probably beyond
evil.
those portals?
What?
More Democrat voters. That's what they're trying to get. Honestly, they're trying to import voters, just like the Mexicans.
We need to get off the CERN Democrat plantation.
That's so true. So true.
The reason I bring this up is you talk about the hell world. It's literally these people who are the biggest scientific research organization in the world have 666 as their logo and have the god of destruction at their facilities, and they're trying to generate gates to other dimensions. And it's demons aren't real. Oh yeah, we have nothing to worry about. Huffington Post said it's cool to have black holes, so we have nothing to worry about. It's comical to me how it just seems so obvious that we're living in sort of an end times sort of scenario, or where demons are openly in control of the most powerful levels in society. When we're talking about, we joke about Zog and whatnot, but we have everybody controlled it in our media, in our government, in academia, in just about any major important field that has any sort of significance or power in our country and in the world is linked or is directly part of satanic cults or satanic groups and satanic and demonic forces. That I think is evidence more than anything that it's not a simulation. It's not just a coincidence. I think that this is all being done deliberately and systematically for the purpose of evil.
You know, there's one leader. There's one leader who's not linked to any demonic groups, no Satanists, no occultists. You know who he is? It's the one guy that the people in power cannot stand. Our glorious leader, Kim Jong-un. And they tried to put a McDonald's brain control center in his country, and he canceled his talks with North Korea, or South Korea. So, long live the glorious emperor, and never fall to whatever. I don't know.
Well, the Weekly Sweat last week, they talked about that death cult, the satanic death cult, the Order of the Nine Angles, to bring it back around. And they said that the Order of the Nine Angles had contacts within the North Korean intelligence agencies and North Korean government.
Come on,
They're directly
Kim.
linked to the Order of the Nine.
Is there anyone more like Order of the Nine Anglos? That would make more sense, right?
No, legitimately, they're from Britain.
I mean, aren't they always? Aren't they always?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not woke on the Anglo question, what are you doing? I mean, did you not see that wedding today?
True. Yeah, that was disgusting. That was satanic.
I just thought it was funny, if I'm being honest. I really loved the guests of honor. They looked really cool. I liked the bishop or the priest or whatever. He was awesome. What if after you may kiss the bride and they kiss, and she does like a Wakanda Forever pose? Dude, why was there no Wakandans at the royal wedding? Can you imagine? Honestly, would that even surprise you if they had like the Black Panther actor come out in costume? Fucking, I mean, people.
No, did you see that? Like, you see all of like the Black Panther actor, like a bunch of people like came to the Metropolitan Museum of Art like 2 weeks ago and dressed up as like fake like Christian like people. Like there were people like these celebrities.
Oh yeah, I did see. That was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that was demonic too. There was like Nicki Minaj was like dressed up as like the Pope or whatever with like a bunch of like sex stuff. Yeah, it was disgusting.
Dude, anyone who's got a sexy nun fetish, I mean, please go to church, bro. please.
That may not be a good idea for them.
No, so true. Go to a prot church. You just go to hell anyways if you go to a prot church. So just whatever. Just give up, bro.
Saxon, are you Protestant or are you Catholic?
I'm a gamer. I go to the Church of Notch in Minecraft. Hey, you know who doesn't cause any chaos in this world? Notch. God bless him. Hey, and also I'd like to point out that none of these shooters, not a single one of them has been an anime fan, so it really makes you think.
Anime represent.
I mean...
Anime fans are the true force that is going to save our civilization.
They're the last stand of Western identity.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah, it's very interesting how all anime characters are white, and so many of them are like blonde hair, blue eyes. Have you ever noticed that when Goku, when he's like normal, he's like looks like a Mediterranean, but when he goes Super Saiyan, he like becomes like Icelandic. It really makes me think if there's like something going on there. Why does Goku get blonde hair and blue eyes when he powers up? What do they mean by that?
I don't know what they meant by that, but I will tell you this. Anime fans are going to save us, which I think they will. If you look at the messages in anime, they're always so wholesome. You have things like cat boys, you have Christian themes in anime. You have like violence, you have women being like subservient. These are like good values. You understand that?
Yeah, you have Bulma getting told to shut up all the time in Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm. I've never watched Dragon Ball, to be honest with you.
Oh, Bulma's like the dumb thought, and then they all just like dab on her 24/7.
Thing is about Dragon Balls, it seems too intimidating to get into. Like if you didn't start when you were younger, I feel like
no. Watch original Dragon Ball, bro. Dragon Ball Z is kind of. I know it's the one everyone likes, but it's just like fighting. It's kind of boring, but original Dragon Ball, it's like a wholesome adventure. Goku's so relatable. I'm Goku and you're Krillin, basically. So I feel.
Who's the green one? Is that Krillin?
No,
Or is that
Krillin.
Piccolo?
Dude, I don't even know if Piccolo's in the original series. Actually, I think he is later on. I'm like on episode 30 right now. I haven't seen that. Nick's kind of like the pig. No, dude, Zack is totally. Radek is the little pig guy who had Oolong that has the underwear on his head. There's like this little pervert pig, and he wears women's underwears on his head. Well, I think that's.
I get along with that guy.
Yeah, it's Oolong, bro.
Is that a type of tea, like oolong tea?
Yeah. Everything in Dragon Ball is named after some of that nature, like a meme.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull up a picture of Oolong for the viewers.
I like memes. No,
Bro.
I think anime fans will
Look at
say
that. It looks just like Radek, doesn't it? There's Terra beside him, too. Oh, who would Nick be in Dragon Ball?
What's that one guy that has like the yellow hair?
I think they only have yellow hair when they're in Super Saiyan mode, bro. I don't know. I watched DBZ a very long time ago, like 6 years ago. But dude, whoa, is Oolong a communist? He is. Oolong wears like a little China communist hat. Which, I mean, it makes sense. Dude, Terra is definitely Bulma. No doubt about it. Same. I hate them both.
When are we gonna have Terra on the show?
Never. No one's ever. I don't think she's real. I think she's an AI.
That would make her a lot more entertaining if she was an AI.
Yeah. Oh, Nick is Yamcha. Yamcha, the Wolf-Fang Fist. Fuentes. Everyone just jumped into DBZ. Thank you, Squint Create Channel. What kind of name is that, bro? Please put more effort. If you're gonna comment on my things, at least give yourself a name. Come on.
Well, if we're gonna talk about anime, I think it's only fair to talk about. I lost my train of thought. Oh, if we're gonna talk about anime, I was thinking, you know what else starts with an A? Atheists. That's a good transition.
Are you gonna tell the epic story?
Yes, I will tell the epic.
All right, fellas,
anime.
I want you to lock in. Wait, about anime or the atheist man?
About the atheists.
All right, if we've got permission to tell the story, fellas, I want you to lock in. This is a good time to sit back. If you've got a cigar, maybe light it right now. A cigar or a pipe. Refill your drink. I'm just doing a Sam Hyde meme, guys. I'm sorry. Actually, we're gonna play a little video. We're gonna take about a 2-minute break, and we're gonna play a little cartoon brought to us by our good friend of the show, Maga Shopper, a little Chinese Canadian man. God bless him. And here we go.
Tales of Autism Episode 1. Where is the library?
It's over Agnes 13. I have come here to prove my worth and defeat you so that I can finally become president.
Oh really, Jab? You may have the power of slow and steady, but even you can't stand up to the strength of diversity. Fusion Go. Now the real fight begins. Despacito Ray.
No, it wasn't supposed to end like this.
Jed, don't give up. Lord Orda is counting on you.
Mom, is that you from beyond?
Yes, son, it's me, and I have came here to tell you one important thing. I clamped.
It's over Al Grande Nichols.
Nanny, what's this power?
People of the Omniverse lend me your power.
This is incredible. He is really gaining energy from the Omniverse's strongest fighters.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Slow and steady gamers rise up. Thank you, Mom. Rest in peace wherever you are.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that really um, interesting animation by our friend MAGA Shopper from Twitter. So just give him a follow or tell him that you hate him or something. I mean, both would be appropriate in this situation. I
That was
can't
an
believe
epic
what I've
story.
seen here today. It's always something special. We're going to keep you on your toes. Tune in next week for the next episode, episode 2 of Tales of Autism. Or we might play it in like 10 minutes. You never know. You have to stick around to find out. Alright, now, Simon's got possibly the worst story I've heard in my entire life. And not worse as in, like, it's bad or boring. It's worst as in, it's like, worse than anything evil. Like, we've talked about demons today. We've talked about, like, horrific tragedies of violence and just disgusting
Suicide,
acts against,
stories.
like, crimes against humanity we've talked about today. But we lost 8 viewers because I played that. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, let me just drop a tweet saying that's over. Anyways, without further ado, I'm just rambling. Just go ahead. Just sit back in your
All right.
chair. I hope you got your vapes ready, your jewels, your cigars, your cigarettes,
Your
your...
newspaper ready.
I hope you got your newspaper ready, because what are you going to do with that? Are you going to do like a magic trick where you pour milk in the newspaper? I think they did that in Zack and Cody, and then it didn't work. And then Mosby was like, "Boys!" God, I miss that show. Do you remember they
Dude,
had the
that show was
opposite of the Asian stereotype? Because they had the dumb Asian, which, I mean, why'd she have an Anglo last name though? That was weird.
They had the dumb Asian and like the really dumb blonde.
She was like
And they had the really
Prindle.
They had a cool black guy.
She was like Prindle, and he was like, "Yeah, do you want to go or something like I don't fucking remember it. I haven't seen.
Mr. Mosby is
What a legend.
I think an inspiration to black people. I think
Yeah,
they should
he's
hold
the
him
original
higher than, like,
Hotep.
Malcolm X. Yeah. It's like you have like Martin Luther King down here, you have Malcolm X right here, you have Hotep Jesus here, then you have Mr. Mosby.
Mr. Mosby started the Hotep movement. No one wants to admit it. But here, I'll add Hotep Jesus, and he'll confirm it probably. He knows.
Mhm.
He real
Zack
that
and
can
Cody?
recognize real. That's what they say. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be
Mhm.
like, "Bruh, he an OG."
Bruh.
That's probably. Okay, just go on. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So the story. I guess the best way to introduce the story with saving the most time. Not going to bore you guys on all the tiny details, but I was spent the last week at my girlfriend's house. She's a great young lady. She's in the chat tonight. If you see her, say hello. Her name's Alyssa, and it was a good time. We had a lot of fun, a lot of birthday festivities, a lot was going on. It's a very good time, and I think that the best place to start this story, Zach, which one, or not Zach, excuse me, Saxon, which one would you rather start with?
The dinner table one, the other one's kind of like actually just pissed me off to hear, but the dinner table one like blew my mind because it's what you're about to hear, fellas. Sounds like a fucking MDE skit. This sounds like something Sam Hyde would have thought up in his wacky, crazy mind. And Sam, if you're listening to this, just give Simon credit, please, if you rip this off. But go on.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And yeah. Alyssa, best girl of any anime, best girl of the world. But some interesting things were happening. A very interesting happening happened when we sat down to have dinner together one night. And this was a little while ago. It was probably towards the beginning of the week. This was the first night I had come to dinner to meet her family and whatnot. Very good people, high quality people, excellent people, the best people. But just a funny story, But we go down to have dinner with the parents for the first time. It was you think that when you're going to get some sort of talk, you're going to be like, all right, hey, buddy, this is what's going on here. You're dating my daughter, this thing, that thing. It's that sort of thing from the family, from the parents. What I did not expect is to see a feminist get blown out of the water on a Sargon of Akkad video.
Fucking dabbed on!
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah,
I love it when the
was-
collectivists get dabbed on epic style. When they get logicked on epic style.
It was pretty epic. It was pretty epic. As soon as we sit down to eat, a tablet is pulled out and a video of Sargon of Akkad ripping apart this stupid feminist was played, and it was truly epic. I did not expect to be sitting and watching a 20-minute Sargon of Akkad video. I don't really I don't think there were words to describe my expectations of that. My poor girlfriend was not. She was cringing with me. We were both trying to get through it, like without saying anything racist, saying anything anti-Sargon. It was very enlightening. It was very enlightening. So we have that. I don't know how that was real life, but we. Some families, they gather around, they talk about what happened today. Some families gather around in front of the TV to watch the news, watch what's going on during the day. Sometimes you got to grab the kids, gather around, and watch SJWs.
I don't think you're playing this up enough, bro. I want everyone to imagine. All right, put your cigars down for a second and fucking imagine. You're at your GF's house. You sit down for a dinner. You think they're gonna be like, "So, what are your prospects, Sonny? What's your life plans?" They're just gonna try and like feel you out, see what you're like. No, this man comes puts his fedora on that has stitched #1 liberalist on it. All right, and he sits down with the iPad. He slams it on the table, and he says, "Sonny, we're about to own the libs," and he plays a fucking 20-minute skeptic video of this guy, of Sargon of Akkad, like owning, debunking SJW's episode 500. Like, can you just imagine that? Like imagine, like, what you do in this. I would be in shock, bro. I wouldn't even know what to say. Cause it's like a meme. Like, it's like seems so insane. It's like, how could this even be real? Which again, is part of Hell World. Hell World is where your GF's parents make you watch skeptic videos.
Yeah. That's. I probably didn't play it up enough because it's just I still am trying to process exactly what happened.
You're in shock, bro. You're gonna have
we watched Sargon of Akkad.
Yeah, PTSD.
We also, after the video was over, it might have been that night or it might have been another night that I had a good talking to about the Federal Reserve and about how collectivism is bad and libertarianism and individualism. I'm not doing any of that collectivist stuff, and how the Federal Reserve's behind every bank and how those darn bankers and this thing and that thing. And it's funny because I talked to Alyssa after this, and she's talking to me. She said, "Oh, my dad was saying, like, he better not be one of those white supremacist racists, like Richard Spencer or David Duke." And I started laughing.
Awkward. Wait, he name dropped them?
Yeah, he name dropped Richard Spencer and David Duke, and I was like, crap, there's pictures of me with both Richard Spencer and David Duke in different places.
That's
so,
epic.
Hopefully those don't come out and aren't spread around, as pictures of me with David Duke. But yeah, it was an interesting happenstance. There was some interesting discussion about liberalism or libertarianism, individualism, whatnot. But one of the things that I had heard is that her parents loved me, but the only thing that they didn't like was that I was a Christian. And so I didn't really. That was kind of the precursor to this next story, which is a little bit strange, a little bit awkward. But
if you've got any children in the room, can you imagine? I saw someone tweet a picture of them playing this on their TV. Which, I mean, if you're doing that, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You got problems, bro. But, anyways, seek help, please. But if you got children in the room, cover their ears. If you got like a really trad GF, a really wholesome GF, make her leave the room. Go make her fetch you a monster or something. And all right, go ahead. You've been warned.
Yeah. Well, me and the GF were at a slumber party. She had like her friends over because it was her birthday. She had her friend, she had her sister, she had me, she made me wear like pink pajamas or whatever because it was supposed to be a girls only slumber party. They kept calling me Simone instead of Simon, so that was great. That was great.
Might have would have admitted that part, but
Yeah, no.
Go on.
People need to.
Do they?
Yeah, no. Well, probably not. But
So they get compromised.
you know, many festivities were had. There was Twister. There was karaoke. There was anime. There was plenty of fun things going on. But there was. I see somebody put forced feminized in the chat. I don't want to see any of that in my wholesome chat. All right. But anyways.
Wait, are you playing on Jordan Cloud 9, bro? Why are you getting forced feminized? What the fuck?
I am. It's true. But no. Her father, who likes Sargon of Akkad, runs. You know, he does some stuff where there's people that come over the house every now and then for different things. I don't want to. You know, when you're talking about people,
Yeah,
you
don't go into detail on that.
No detail, but basically there were customers over the house, and they would come and go and whatnot. And we were having this party, we were all hanging out, and this woman walks into the room, who I'd never seen before, and I don't think Alyssa had ever mentioned to me before. But she started talking about like Steven Universe and other stuff, so I just assumed that she was like one of their friends. And there's a bunch of other weird and awkward things that happened with this woman. She was saying to my girlfriend in front of me, "Oh, don't get married until you're 40 and have like a bunch of cats and stuff like that," which was really nice. And then we, you know, we're joking back and forth and whatnot. And this woman says, "Oh, you know, are you like?" And she starts talking about like wild like sexual innuendo and sexual topics about me and my GF, in front of me and my GF, in front of her 14-year-old sister, and you know, young people. This like 20-something-year-old woman that hardly knows these people comes in at their birthday party and starts like talking about like them being involved in sexual actions. And so I just kind of like jokingly, somewhat passive aggressively, but sternly say, "Oh no, we're a good Christian couple. You don't have to worry about that." Man, did I make a mistake? See, apparently, according to this woman, she started laughing and she said, "Oh, a Christian couple, ah ha 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 ha. Well, you know, I bet her dad would rather you or rather her be doing, you know, insert very vulgar sexual action here, than you being a Christian couple, ha 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 ha." And then we hear from the other room, "Yeah, I would." And I was like, like her dad in the other room was like, "Yeah, I would." It's like,
What a clown world, bro. Can you
what a
imagine?
clown world.
Can you imagine?
Again, lovely family, lovely people. No, I'm not going to hold it against them, but it was just, I was shocked.
I think
was
my
shocked.
dad would have probably fucking killed someone if they said that to my sister, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
He would have fucking lost his mind.
No, it gets worse though. It gets worse because then this woman starts ranting about how Christianity's stupid, and she came there with her boyfriend because her boyfriend was doing something, like getting something done, some service done, he was buying something, doing something, and the boyfriend, she's like, "Oh yeah," and my boyfriend, who he runs an atheist YouTube channel, and so he's like a skeptic atheist YouTuber, her boyfriend. And both of these people are very fat, like the woman who was accosting us about sexual things, and her boyfriend who's like fat. He has a neck beard. He has like long hair, very unkempt. She told us like her whole life story. Like she like met him at like McDonald's or something. That he was like showing her cat pictures. And her atheist boyfriend comes in the room, and he looks over to me and says, "Oh, Christian couple? Oh well, I think the reason that it would be better for you guys to be." And he didn't say that. I forget what he said, but basically the reason it'd be better for us to be having hedonistic sex instead of being a Christian couple is because a Christian couple, according to the Bible, bet you didn't know this. Actually, the Bible says that you have to smash babies' heads against the ground. It's commanded the Israelites to smash the heads of babies against the rocks. But you didn't know that. And I was like, well. And this is probably the worst thing I could have said, but it's just what I felt like saying. I was like, well, if God commanded them to do it, I'm sure he had a good reason. I mean, if God commanded me to kill some babies, I would probably do this.
You dug dim-a-dab on the atheist epic style.
Yeah. I mean, a better dab on the atheist would have than bringing up abortion and seeing about his response to that. If he
Or you could just call him fat. That would have, that would have got.
Well, I didn't want to start an argument, so I thought the more simple thing to do was talk about the ethical support of killing babies. And
if he's a YouTube skeptic, he's probably in favor of ethical CP. So you could have got much. Realistically,
that's probably true. From the way he was talking, again, comes into somebody else's house, starts making wild allegations about sexual acts, and then says, "Oh, well, it'll be better for you to be performing these sexual acts than be a Christian, because Christians are too violent, they're too mean. In the Bible, God made Christians kill other people and they're like children, so that's wrong." And so I wanted to go off and sort of explain to him about violence is the nature of life, and all conflict is, and all struggle, and life is nothing without struggle.
In the words of the great Yusuf, who fucking destroyed fucking Steve, what the fuck is that guy's name?
Steven Crowder.
Yeah, who dabbed on Crowder so hard that he fucking lost a few years off his life. He said, life is violence. So true, so true.
Life is violence. And look, if you think about it, in older times, thousands of years ago, you would have to. We didn't have the same moral standards. We didn't have the same life expectancy. People would have to sometimes, if you had to get rid of an enemy tribe, there would be violence that have to be done. Children may have to get killed in that process, especially if that's what God, the creator of the universe, the creator of all children and whatnot, commands you to do. And so I wanted to go into all of that, but I decided it's probably the best for this birthday party, for this thing, that I don't get into this argument. But it was, goodness, it was something. It was something. This atheist YouTuber coming in yelling at us. I was just like, look, let's have this conversation another time.
I so wish you got his YouTube channel. Like, I would love to watch.
I bet I could get his YouTube channel. I could ask Alyssa for it. I'm sure she could find it if you want.
That'd be sweet. Maybe off air.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just make fun of that off air.
Yeah. But
don't want to give that guy traffic.
Atheists, yeah. I think she was bragging about how he had like 1,000 subscribers or something.
Wow. Damn. Wonder how many Twitter followers he has.
Probably a lot.
Probably less than you. That's saying something, bro. Owned. I'm about to fucking puke.
Yeah?
Yeah, George 5 hours ago, George tweeted the most cursed thing I've seen in my entire life.
What?
It's a screen cap.
Did you just retweet it?
Yeah, I did. Go check that out. I could just put it on my screen.
Shoe on head.
I didn't actually read the shoe on head thing, because if something's more than... Alright, I'm going to be honest, anyone who tweets at me, if it's more than a sentence, I'm not reading it. I'm never reading it.
Yo, why...
Okay, so...
Armored Skeptic like a porn tweet. Shoe on head, is this... And then just,
it's about her, getting cucked and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so look, this thought, she's wearing a God's Not Real tank top and has her breast out. And then look how cursed this is, bro! We've got the fat Armored Skeptic... The guy who needs to be more Armored Skeptic. I tweeted this earlier, and I'm gonna butcher the joke. Just go read my tweets. Never mind. Just kidding, boys. Armored Skeptic needs to be more skeptical about his caloric intake. They only got 20 retweets, which it was a good tweet, but what the fuck? Here's a mug that this woman purchased for probably $25 off Redbubble or something. We've got this fat retard has his legs on his Daddy Dom GF. And God's Not Real, titty out. And this is a blonde woman, and a Nordic Hallstatt woman, and basically the most cursed species on Earth. Yeah, explains a lot. If your girl isn't Portuguese, just give up.
No. If your girl is an atheist, then give up. That's the truth.
My GF was an atheist.
Well, there's a difference between...
We were driving around... Oh, she is. Well, she still is now. She's just not my GF anymore. But, we were driving around town one time, to my house. And I think my city has a pretty heavy concentration of churches compared to other places I've been. And so we passed by like 2 or 3 churches, and she complained. She said there needs to be less churches. Why is there so many churches? Can you imagine? Should have got out then.
Oh.
I think I was probably still I was a Sargonite back then, maybe, or maybe I was a Milo boy back then, which same thing, honestly. But embarrassing. So it's so crazy, this shit. Like people who like. Most atheists will like pretend like, yeah, I don't care if you're religious. I think that's a very small minority that actually don't care. I think most of them like actively hate religion. Because my girlfriend wasn't an atheist because like she read philosophy, like secular philosophy, or she watched an Amazing Atheist video. She just like wasn't taken to church as a kid. Like like no religion was part of her life. She didn't grow up with that, and that's why. She was just like nothing was there, so she didn't even have like skeptic atheism filling the void. She just had nothing, which maybe that explains her self-destructive behaviors. But what a thought, bro! My dad saw her shoplifting at a hardware store a couple days ago, so that's cool.
That's really cool.
Real winners. That's the kind of girl that would date me, so I guess it's kind of an ode on myself. Any, like, Nazbol cuties out there? Please hit me up. Please hit me up! Alright, are we into the show? I got nothing else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there were some good stories, there were some good takes.
How long have we been doing this? An hour? That's sweet.
Satanism is bad.
How are people pagans? How are people satanic? Don't be an atheist. I don't get it. What a crazy hell world we live in.
Yeah.
We live in a society. Put on your clown
We live
makeup.
in a society. We live in a society where atheism and paganism and homosexuality and hedonism are normal things.
Which Joker are you? Are you the Joker from 1989 Batman? Are you the Dark Knight Joker? Or are you the Suicide Squad Joker?
I think I'm
what level of society are you on? What level of we live in a society are you at?
I think I'm probably on the irony level of we live in a society.
Oh, if you're the ironic Joker, then that means you're the new one. I think I'm more of like a classical retard. So I'm probably on the classic Joker. Why the fuck do we get like 4 more viewers come in right when we end it? Don't type "what's this" in the chat. Get out of here, you Philip. Who are you, bro? Well, you're Canadian. That explains. I mean, that's it. That explains everything I need to know about you, bro.
I'll leave.
All right. Well, goodbye, Philip. What are you doing, bro? That's pretty cool, actually. I have a gif of Garfield putting on sunglasses. I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to post it. Okay, that's it. Good night. Sleep tight. All that.
Good night,
bye.
fellas.